Hello, what's going on, everyone? Thank you so much for joining me here this morning on Narcissism 101, Cracking the Code with me, Paul Wisdom. Good morning, everyone. Hoping everybody is having a good Monday morning, a good start to the week. So, as usual, if you want a one-on-one session, you can email me at paul.wisdom_03 at hotmail.com, or you can send a text message to 647-406-3057 if you want to talk, if you want to vent, if you need some advice, if you need some help trying to figure out the person you're dealing with is a narcissist, or if you're just looking for somebody to bounce some ideas off of, you want, or you have some questions for me. Be you're more than welcome to text me. You can even call me if you want to call. Just send a text to the number and just let me know that it's you, just so that I know it's you, and then we can talk about your narcissistic experience and get you the help that you need. So, without further ado, let's get into what we're going to talk about this morning. So, what we're going to talk about this morning is, the title of this video is you were foreign to the narcissist. Yes. That is the cold hard truth, and I know it's going to be hard for some of you guys to, wrap your heads around and understand, but the truth is that you were foreign to the narcissist. And when I say foreign, what I mean is that everything about you, it wasn't usual to the narcissist. And just like how when you met the narcissist, something was off, like they like you knew that something was off, but you couldn't seem to put your finger on it. You couldn't figure out why this person was acting this way, why they were making it seem too good to be true, why they were making it seem like you just found your soulmate, right? And the same thing with the narcissist. When the narcissist met you, they couldn't believe that there were people like you out there. They knew what they were going to take from you because they've been watching you, they've been studying you, and they were always plotting and thinking of how they were going to take everything from you, right? You have to remember, narcissists thrive off of chaos, confusion, and control. So all the things that the narcissist does, it's to confuse you. It's to control you, because the narcissist end game, and I mentioned this in many of my videos, is they want control, because narcissists feel as though they're entitled, that they should have everything, and when they get everything, they don't want it any longer, right? Because narcissists are entitled, right? Narcissists, they're empty inside. They have nothing inside of them. They don't have a soul like me and you normal people do, right? Because if they did have a soul, a normal person wouldn't be plotting against you to destroy your life, to take everything from you. That's not normal, right? And so when the narcissist saw you, everything about you was foreign to the narcissist. The fact that you're such a good person, the fact that you're a person of your word, the fact that you take good care of yourself, the fact that the fact that you're such a good person. This is all foreign to the narcissist, because the narcissist knows that they are none of those things. They are the polar opposite of you. You're the good side and they're the evil side, right? And so because of that, they see everything that you have as foreign, because everything that you have, they do not have, right? They can make it seem like they have it, right? The other thing that's foreign to them, this is a big one, so pay attention to this one. The other thing that's very foreign to the narcissist about you is the fact that you have the ability to love. You have the ability to be authentic. You have the ability to just be yourself, right? That you can just be yourself, just, and not have to pretend and have to think about who you're going to fool, right? And this is foreign to the narcissist, because the narcissist isn't this. They are nasty. They're dark, right? Everything about them is darkness. They are Satan's minions, the devil's minions, right? And so that's why everything about you, it's foreign. That's why when you act a certain way, when you ask them certain questions, they some of the time, some of the answers they'll give you is, I don't know how to answer that. That was a famous thing my ex-wife used to say. Anytime I would ask her a question or say something to her, her answer was, I don't know what to say to that, or I don't know. But I knew damn well she knew. She was just playing stupid, and knew that if she could say that, excuse me, sorry about that, that she would be able to fool me, right? Because narcissists, like I said, you have to keep in mind, they thrive off of chaos. They want to cause chaos in people's lives, and they do it again to control people and to cause confusion. Because most likely when the narcissist was doing these things, like, showing up late to an occasion that you guys were supposed to go to together, or the fact that when you cook them dinner, you know what I mean? I guarantee that you are the main person who cooked around the house. You did everything for the narcissist. You cooked, and when you cooked for them and you were waiting for them to come home, you were wondering, and they said they will be home at a certain time, that they didn't show up. They were nowhere to be found. And then the next day, they pretended as if nothing happened. They were hugging like, "Hi, honey," or "Hi, wife, how are you doing?" And they would smile at you and hug you and kiss you, and you would be scratching your head saying, "Wait, what happened? You were supposed to be home at this time and you weren't around." And then they would say something to them. They would change the subject again. This is how narcissists don't like to take accountability. They'll say something to the effect of, why are you so mad? What's your problem? Did I do something wrong to you? Is nothing I do good enough for you? And they'll say things like this because what they want to do is they want to take the accountability off of them, and they want to place it onto you, right? Because narcissists can't be accountable. Because if a narcissist was to be accountable for everything that they did, it would be too much for them. They would experience a big narcissistic injury where they probably wouldn't recover, because they do this every single day. They abuse people every day. They manipulate, they gaslight, they stonewall, they financially abuse people, they emotionally abuse people, physically abuse people. If you're dealing with a malignant narcissist, or a malignant narcissist, or a psychopath, or a sociopath. Narcissists, you have to understand, guys, everything you do, everything about you, you as just being yourself, you are foreign to the narcissist. And that's why they were drawn to you, right? Because you are everything that they are not. And they saw that you have things that they wanted. Those things could include money. And most of the times, one of the biggest supplies for narcissists is money, right? And narcissists love your money more than they love their money or anybody else's money, because they feel as though they're entitled to your money. And I want you guys to keep this in mind again. I mentioned this in a lot of my videos. Narcissists are not rich. There's no such thing as a rich narcissist. And I say this because if a narcissist was rich, why would they need to steal money from somebody if they claim to be rich, if they claim to have all the money? That just doesn't make sense, right? And so narcissists, but they do this every day. And again, it's to fool people, right? Because narcissists are deceptive. They're master manipulators. They've mastered their craft, and they're always trying to get better at it. The more people that they manipulate, the better that they get. The better that they get, the more supply that they get. And the more supply that they get, the more energy that it gives them to go around and destroy other people's lives. I hope that made sense to you. But what I'm saying to you guys this morning is you need to, pay attention, right? Pay attention to people's actions, if their actions match their words. And that's something that we took advantage of. The fact that we didn't know that people could talk out of both sides of their mouth, that people could lie so effortlessly, right? That somebody could say that they love someone, but could be displaying nothing but hate for that person or disdain for that person. We didn't think that these people existed, right? But now we are figuring this out because we are living in the last days. And the Bible talks about that in the book of Revelation. If you read the Bible, it talks about the last days, that in these last days, these times we're living in right now. And I made a video called "We Are Living in Very Strange Times." You should go watch it if you're new to my channel. And if you are new to my channel, thank you so much for being here. I really do appreciate you being here. But what I'm saying is that because we're living in strange times, the Bible in the book of Revelation talks about the fact that, men will be lovers of their own selves. People will hate what is good and love what is bad, right? So, and that is what is happening in the world today, right? And people these days are being exposed. Everybody's true colors are showing, right? Because now, everybody, and the reason why everyone's true colors is showing is because everybody is going through a very challenging time, to some degree, right? And they say, the saying goes that people show their true selves when they are going through the most difficult times, right? And nothing could be further from the truth. It's true, right? And you see this a lot in life. You see it a lot in your family, in your friendships and things like that, right? People are showing their true colors, and you're probably losing friends that you thought you had for 10 years, 20 years, 30 years, and not everybody is who they claim to be. Not everybody is who they say they are. And these are things that we are learning these days. See, these are things that I myself am learning these days, right? That a lot of people I thought were my friends were jealous of me. They were envious of me. They had disdain for me. They hated me because I'm just being myself, my true authentic self. I don't have to think about, who am I going to fool? I don't have to think about, who am I going to lie to? I just live a free and a peaceful life. And I try to do the same to help others outside. They can live peaceful lives as well. But not everybody is at peace. Not everybody is your friend. Not everybody cares about you the same way you care about them, right? And so the narcissist, all these things that I mentioned here, this is why the narcissist saw everything about you as foreign. It was all foreign to the narcissist. The fact that you're such a nice person, right? Because the thing is, the reason why it's all foreign to the narcissist is because, one, like I explained, they are not like you. The second reason why it's all foreign to the narcissist is just because of the fact that because of the fact that they are not, they see you as a beautiful bright shining light, and they are attracted to that, right? And they want to take it from you, and what they want to do is they want to trade places with you, right? In other words, they want to project all their negativity onto you. They want to dump all their negativity onto you so that they can take your traits and put it onto them. And then they can make it seem as though they are you and you are them. So it's like, sort of like body swapping, right? They want to take you and they want to become you, and they want you to become them, right? They want you to be miserable. Because in the narcissist's eyes, everybody is either black. People are black or white, right? In the narcissist's eyes, they see everybody as them, right? That's why they project. That's why they can't take accountability, right? That's why they can't empathize, because the narcissist knows inside of themselves that they don't have the ability to empathize, right? Not everybody has the ability to love. And this is a very hard pill for a lot of people to swallow. There are people in your family, for example, your parents, your mom or your dad, your siblings, your brother or sister, your colleague, your boss, your friend of 20 years, 30 years, 40 years, or a lifetime. There are a lot of people that don't have the ability to be empathetic. In other words, there are a lot of people that don't have the ability to love, right? And unfortunately, the narcissist is one of those people. They don't have the ability to love. They don't have, and when I say be empathetic and love, what I'm talking about is the fact that there are many people that can't put themselves in your shoes, right? And I mean, we're not perfect, right? Sometimes people just don't understand what you're going through and they have too much on their plate. I get that. But what I'm saying is that people should be able to say, I'm sorry that you're going through that. I want to see if I can help some way. That's what normal people do. People who are not normal, people who all they want to do is just cause chaos, confusion, and control, the main things I talk about on this channel, people that want to do that, they will not find means to be empathetic with you, right? And remember this, guys, you have to keep in mind again, and I've said it again, narcissists, everything about you to the narcissist is foreign, right? They can't wrap their head around the fact that when they abuse you, when they manipulate you, when they gaslight you, when they stonewall you, when they smear campaign you behind your back, when they told flat out lies about you that aren't even true, when they make up things on a dime just like that, and then they paint you as the bad guy and them as the victim. When they do things like this, you have to understand that the reason and the fact that you are still with them, the fact that you stay with them, despite the fact that they're doing all these things, but you don't know it's happening because you didn't know that people could do that on purpose, knowing that they know what they're doing. Now, I can tell you that all throughout my life, I experienced toxicity, right? I've experienced it in my family, with people in school, people at church. I've been through it all. I've seen it all. But back then, I was groomed to always be the nice guy, to always be the guy that dropped everything and gave to everybody else while everybody else took everything from me. And I just thought, okay, that's just who I am. I'm just a nice guy, and that people are just like that. I didn't realize that people had disdain for me, that they wanted to kill me. I didn't realize that. I just thought that people had challenges, people have their issues, and maybe they will change. But what I've come to realize, or what you will come to realize, is that people who lack the ability to empathize and can't respect you for who you are, those people cannot change. That is who they are. Like Maya Angelou said, when people show you who they are the first time, you have to believe them, because that is who they are. That's who they are at their core. And these people cannot change. They are only going to get worse and worse and worse and worse over time. And the truth is that these people who do these things to you, they are doing it to multiple people at one time. It's never just you, right? Especially when you are dealing with the narcissist as your parent, your sibling, your colleague, your friend, your church mate, your person at church, or your spouse, your husband, or your wife. When you are dealing with all this and you decided to stay with them, and you decide to take the abuse and take the fact that they were disrespecting you, the fact that they were giving you the silent treatment, or the fact that when you all were having a conversation and they didn't like something you said, they just got up and walked away. That's known as stonewalling. They just stop the conversation and then they just walk away because they can't take accountability. Because more likely what happened when they stonewalled you like that, it's because more likely it was more likely that you were holding them accountable for something, or you were trying to get an answer to a question and they just refuse to answer your question because they can't face the shame. They can't face accountability. They can't look at themselves in the mirror, right? Because they know if they look in that mirror that they're going to see something that they don't want to see. And that is a very ugly, destructive image. And in that mirror, do you want to know what's in that mirror? What the narcissist sees in that mirror? They see all the lies that they've told to people. They see all the lives that they destroyed. They see all the relationships that they've crushed. They see all the people that they've thrown under the bus. They see the many times all the smear campaigns that they spread about people. They see the fact that they can't love and they don't have any love within themselves. They see that everything about you is foreign to them. Nothing about you is actually real to them. They don't see you as a normal human being like you see, like me and you, normal people see each other. They see you as supply, right? You are a supply source. You are an energy source that's going to push the narcissist from one part of their life to the next part of their life, right? And they do this to people every single day, right? That's why they're able to move on so effortlessly as if nothing happened. That's why when the marriage ends, most likely when the narcissist, just ditches you and moves on, that's why they can have a new girlfriend or a new boyfriend like tomorrow. You see them posting pictures all over social media the next day when they leave you, and you're scratching your head saying, how does a person do something like this? Right? There must be something wrong with them, right? Well, the truth is, yeah, there is something wrong with them. There's a lot wrong with them. But the truth is that they don't want you to know that, because if they let you know that, then that means that they have to think about all the things that they've done. And that's too much for the narcissist. That's why they're always on the go. That's why they can't just enjoy life. That's why, just like how I'm chilling here and I'm just making this video with y'all, that's why the narcissist can't do that. That's why they can't just be. That's why they can't just be grateful for the things that they have. They always need to be looking over their shoulder. They always need to be comparing what they have to what other people have. And if they see something better on the other side, they will very well just ditch whatever they have and they will go on to that next thing and the next thing and the next thing. They will always be on the go. And many people ask the question, how is the narcissist able to always be on the go? Well, the truth is that majority of narcissists are taking some sort of drugs. Right? They're taking some sort of drugs to be able to keep them going, because the normal human person can only go so much until they burn out, right? And narcissists, in order for them to go and keep up the facade, the fakeness, they have to take a lot of drugs, right? A lot of medicines, a lot of things to help suppress all the emotions, all the things that are going on in their heads and in their bodies. They have to do this, right? And so remember, guys, you are foreign to the narcissist. You watching my video right now, you are foreign to the narcissist. You are nothing but a foreign object to them. Because the narcissist, they know that they are a fake fraud. That they know that they live a life that is based on nothing, absolutely nothing. They know that they have nothing to offer anybody. So they need to steal people's traits. They need to steal people's money. They need to steal people's They need to steal everything they can from people. If it's not tied down, the narcissist is going to take it from you. I promise you that. Your money, if it's not tied down, they're going to take it from you. If you were like me and you had a joint account with your narcissist, your ex-wife or your ex-husband or the person that you're thinking about, if you had a joint account with them, best believe they're going to take all that from you. All that money, they believe that it's theirs and they believe that they should be entitled to it even though they didn't lift a finger to do anything. Right? They believe that everything is theirs. But I'll tell you guys this, and here's the assurance, here's the promise from God himself that's going to keep you guys moving forward. The promise is, and I did this when I was writing my lesson for church. What you have to keep in mind is that vengeance is the Lord's, vengeance is God's. So because the narcissist caused chaos, confusion, and control within your life, and the fact that they wanted to destroy you and they saw you as nothing but a foreign object, I promise you, vengeance is God's. Don't look to get revenge. And I made a video on this. Don't do it. It's not worth it. That's what the name of the video is. Go watch it if you're new to my channel. But what I talked about in that video is the fact that, you shouldn't go looking for revenge on the narcissist, right? Don't go talking about them on social media and writing posts about them. Don't do any of that nonsense. It's a waste of time. You're gonna regret it later on. You're gonna hate yourself for doing it. Then the narcissist is gonna retaliate. It's almost like you're playing hardball with the narcissist, trying to manipulate them. Don't try to play that game with the narcissist because they know what buttons to press with you. They know how to mess with you. They know how to screw you over. They know what pisses you off. And so when they do that, and that thing, they can piss you off more. And all you're doing when you do that is you're giving the narcissist more supply. You're giving them more energy to abuse you. That's why we say when the narcissist hoovers you, and what a hoover is if you're new to my channel, is when the narcissist discards you, and after they discard you, they send you a fake text from a fake number. They send you a message from a fake email account or on social media, on Facebook or something like that, whatever avenue of media that you use. And they try to ask how you're doing, and they ask if you've healed, and they try to figure out, whether you figured out they're a narcissist or not. Don't never accept that hoover, because the hoover, the thing is, it's not that the narcissist loves you or they've changed. It just means that if you give them another chance, then they're going to finish what they started with you. They're going to destroy you. They're going to kill you, right? Because narcissists, they can do that. Their energy, their toxic, negative, dark energy can actually kill you if too much of it gets into you, right? So you ought to be careful. You need to protect yourself from that, and you need to do the right things and stay away from them. Once you figured out that they're a narcissist, stay away from them. Don't have anything to do with them because they will destroy you, and they know exactly what they're doing. And many people ask, do the narcissists know that they're a narcissist? Absolutely. They 100% know that they're a narcissist. But the truth is that how they know that they're a narcissist is that once you figure it out and once you start distancing yourself from them and have nothing to do with them, then they know that you've caught on to them. And that's why they discard people, because some people end up figuring out the narcissist, and the narcissist doesn't like being exposed. The narcissist hates abandonment, they hate accountability, and they hate empathy. Those are the three big things that the narcissist hates, right? So yeah, I hope that this video helped you guys out. Thank you so much for being here today on Narcissism 101 Cracking the Code with me, Paul Wisdom. Like I said, if you want a one-on-one session, please email me at paul.wisdom_03@hotmail.com or send a text message to 647-406-3057. If you want to call, just send a text to the number. Let me know you want to talk about your experience. I'd be more than happy to give you the help that you need. And until then, also like, subscribe, share it with somebody who you think can use the knowledge. So if you know someone who's going through this right now, please share it with them so that they can get the knowledge, so that they can get what they need, and they can reach out to me if they have any questions. I'd be more than happy to help them. And yeah, I hope that you have a good day. I hope that this video helped you out, and take care. Thank you.